right, so let me get this straight. Hillary Clinton, when accused of using her private email server to send out classified information, this while she was serving as U.S. Secretary of State, she immediately deleted her emails using BleachBit software and then physically smashed her hard drives after she was subpoenaed to turn everything over to Congress.
They destroyed BlackBerries with hammers in the State Department. That's not what one the president said.
Actually,
and
Evan,
hold on.
Can you fact check that? Hang
on,
Evan Perez. Hammers, fact check that for me, please, on the fly.
Yes, they did, Brooke.
Thanks,
as you mentioned, there were 13 devices, mobile devices, and 5 iPads that the FBI said that, you know, in some way were used with her private email server, and they did, in some cases, just destroy them with hammers when they were done using them.
Yeah, but liberal logic says Hillary Clinton is innocent, and the establishment left, according to them, there is no evidence of any wrongdoing. And now Donald Trump Jr. is accused of breaking campaign laws because he had an email exchange and a meeting with a Russian lawyer who claimed to have dirt on Hillary Clinton. Don Jr. immediately published his emails, which showed no wrongdoing. But this time, liberal logic says he is guilty. They haven't found the exact law yet. But hey, he must be guilty of something, right? I mean, after all, he is the son of the evil Donald Trump. And there must be a Russian conspiracy.
Our breaking news, Donald Trump's oldest son has told CNN he, Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and then campaign manager, Chairman Paul Manafort, met with a Russian lawyer last year. You write, this is treason. He must have known that the only way Russia would get such information was by spying.
This is illegal, and I think that this is treason.
We're now beyond obstruction of justice in terms of what's being investigated. This is moving into perjury, false statements, and even into potentially treason.
Well, as I've said many times in the past, there's another shoe that will drop, and there will be other shoes that will drop.
Treason is a very tight statute.
You know,
the FEC laws are about solicitation.
But Chris, you're a smart guy. You know this isn't treason.
Well,
I mean, when that came out yesterday, that was absurd.
Call.
Allegedly, Donald Trump Jr. tweeted to everyone, in order to be totally transparent, I am releasing the entire email chain of my emails with Rob Goldstone about the meeting on June 9, 2016. So
how do they confirm that this is real? How do they do that?
I don't know.
We need Donald Trump Jr. and other campaign associates to turn over any and all documents and electronic communications that investigators ask for. So Congress should step up and say, President Trump, if you're not going to punish Russia for meddling with our democracy, we will.
Definitely, he has to testify that email is disturbing.
This week's new issue of Time magazine is entitled Donald Trump Jr. Red-Handed, the Russia Scandal Hits Home.
Wait a minute, hold on a second. Something ain't right here. Once again, you have the establishment left, you've got the neocons, you've got the fake liberal news media, all regurgitating, all parroting the exact same talking points. And once again, if you take a closer look and do some honest investigative journalism, you'll find out that the whole Don Jr. Russian conspiracy theory is one big giant hoax, or worse yet, it's a setup. And this is yet another example of why nobody trusts the mainstream media anymore, because if you take a closer look at Don Jr.'s so-called email scandal, you'll discover that this Russian lawyer looks more like a deep state operative. First of all, she's not part of the Russian government, and as it turns out, she has lots of connections to all things anti-Trump.
Here's the truth about the Don Jr. emails. There's nothing there. But considering the seriousness and the response from the liberal media and Democrats, the thinking person must wonder why there was no such outrage when Hillary Clinton illegally had classified emails on a private server, then deleted 33,000 emails, then smashed her old phone with a hammer. But what about Natalia Veselnitskaya? Don Jr. didn't know he was meeting her. Either her or Rob Goldstone lied about the premise of the meeting, and if he had known her name prior to the meeting, Don Jr. would have known she had Obama fingerprints all over her. She was potentially in the country illegally, only in the country temporarily thanks to Obama's Department of Justice. However, that stay had expired previous to her meeting Don Jr. 8 days after the meeting, she was sitting next to Obama's Russian ambassador during a Foreign Affairs Committee hearing. So Tim Kaine, is Obama's DOJ guilty of treason? Who knew she was here illegally, and why no investigation into that? Veselnikaya's alleged law firm in Russia has no website, no working phone, and no email. For Infowars.com, who is Natalia Veselnikaya? This is Owen Schroyer.
That's right. Who is Natalia Veselnitskaya? That's what the mainstream media should be asking. That's what they should be investigating right now, but of course they're not. I mean, she's not part of the Russian government. She is a Russian lawyer. And, you know, she contacted Don Jr. through email during the campaign, said she had dirt on Hillary Clinton. They eventually agreed to meet. The meeting ended up being a huge disappointment because she had nothing on Hillary. Instead, they talked about U.S.-Russian relations, which left everyone to believe that perhaps the dirt on Hillary was an excuse to get her foot in the door and arrange a meeting with Trump Jr. But now we're finding out she might be a deep state operative, a Democrat plant to take down the President of the United States. Now, check this out. This is about to get very, very interesting. Natalia Veselnitskaya has worked for the Democrats for a very long time. In fact, she has connections with Hillary Clinton, the Obama administration. She even posted a picture on Twitter from inside John McCain's office. Attorney General Loretta Lynch, for some reason, made an exception and let her into the country without a visa. That's rather strange, don't you think? And notice, when we connect the dots, Natalia Veselnitskaya has connections to all the usual suspects. Most interesting, in my opinion, are her connections to Fusion GPS. Remember them? That's right. They're the ones that came up with the fictitious, sickening, and disgusting hoax called Pissgate, where they tried to convince the American public that Donald Trump hired prostitutes at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel and had them urinate on a bed where Barack Obama once slept. Of course, the entire story turned out to be total bullshit, but that didn't stop the news networks like CNN from running with it anyway. Fake news.
It claims Trump set out to defile the suite because President Obama and the First Family had once stayed there, and Trump, quote, hated the Obamas.
Do you need any more proof?
So these are the kind of people and associates linked to Natalia Veselnitskaya. All things anti-Trump. Now, look, all the mainstream media had to do was simply look at her social media. Her Facebook and Twitter pages are full of anti-Trump posts, including pictures of her actually attending anti-Trump rallies. And she's out there pushing the fake Trump-Russian conspiracy theory. We've got pictures of her hanging out with the Obama administration, attending Senate hearings. Here she is sitting behind Obama's ambassador to Russia, Michael McFaul, in a Foreign Affairs Committee hearing. And this was, by the way, only 8 days after she met with Trump Jr. So the mainstream media is painting the picture that she is some kind of Russian government spy hanging out with Don Jr., colluding with Team Trump to undermine our election, rig the election in favor of Donald Trump, and undermine our democracy. Total BS. Don't fall for it. That's fake news.